Hey guys, Tomo back again. Today I'm going to be unboxing the OnePlus Open. Terrible name by the way, but it's been a while since we have gotten a giant box of things to actually open. I feel like over the last few years, ever since Apple started not including the charging brick, the boxes kept getting smaller and smaller, you get less and less. Apparently all the big companies copy them as well. Then we still got OnePlus still living it up just in terms of delivering value. And this year is definitely the year of foldables. Foldables been around for at least 5 years, if not more. I guess it really depends on how you define foldables. It can really go back to the early 2000s if you're looking at those Motorola foldables. Talking smartphone wise, Samsung is leading the charge. And then this year we starting to see the Pixel Fold coming to the US market. I know Oppo, the parent company, and the Chinese market got a billion folding phones out there. But just in terms of foldable phones that are ready for the market, OnePlus and Google is finally making its way to the US market. And even the Moto Razr Plus that's been around for a few years, it has various names. This year they introduced the Moto Razr. I don't know why they don't call it a Moto Razr Flip or something that stands out, because Moto Razr, that's the same name that they used for their phone 20 years ago. But regardless, this year we got the budget variant of the Razr that is $700. So it's nice to see that on the flipping phones, they're getting cheaper on that end. Moto Razr comes in at $600, which is much more affordable compared to the $1,000 Galaxy Z Flip series. Of course, if you buy the older version, you can always get it for cheaper. But just in terms of having the newest and greatest phones, I'm glad to see Motorola is taking a step in the right direction just in terms of having more competitive prices for folding phones. Then we got the OnePlus Open. I like that they priced this phone at $1,700 compared to the Galaxy Z Fold 5. That one is listed at $1,800. Pixel Fold is at $1,800 as well, which I found to be pretty surprising for a first-gen device. They're going against Samsung, who already had 5 years of refinement, and we got Pixel coming in with their super bulky Gen 1 Pixel Fold costing just as much. And for Pixel in general, they have always stood for value and just being a little bit cheaper while still delivering a great smartphone experience. But nonetheless, I do like that the OnePlus Fold did release at $1,700, and just as you can tell, I haven't even opened the box yet. But just looking at the box, you're already getting more at the $1,700 compared to the $1,800 price range of the Pixel Fold and also Galaxy Z Fold. Before jumping to the unboxing video, just want to give a quick shout out to my partner Mint Mobile. Right now they offer a 5G plan for as low as $15 a month. This gives you access to 5G data, unlimited text and call. And if you purchase right now, I have a YouTube exclusive deal that if you buy 3 months, you get another 3 months free. Alright, now that I'm done rambling, let's go ahead with the unboxing. Got this dirty envelope opener that I had for years. I guess the job done, so we'll pop this open. Oh wow, look at that. Beautiful presentation. Samsung, they've been slacking with their box in the front and their ugly phone design. And then we got OnePlus with their beautiful box. It even stands up when you open it. So that's really cool. Very fancy. And this is the proper way to present an $1,700 phone. Whereas all these other phones, you're spending so much money and you're not really getting that much. The first piece is the phone itself. We'll save the best for last. I'm not digging this giant camera hump in the back though, but we'll get to that in a bit. I believe this is a 67 watt fast charging. One thing of note is it has USB-A to USB-C. I'm not sure why OnePlus is still using this technology given that everywhere else is switching to double USB-C. So although on the surface it is double the charging speed of all the Galaxy phones out there, but on the other end it is half the charging speed of the OnePlus 10T. That one is 120 watt fast charging. You can get that phone these days for $300 to $400. So that's the weird things with all these folding phones, although they are marketed as high-end premium devices on one end, but on the other end they still have to make some compromises in order to keep the price down, whether it is lacking water resistant, slower fast charging, crease in the middle. There's still little things that you have to give up. And generally, the folding phones are not the best camera either. The best camera is always for the flagship phones. But I guess the definition of flagship is pretty loose these days. Ooh, it even comes with a bumper case. Was not expecting this. So I bought this unit off Amazon. And I don't remember the last time that I bought a phone and it actually came with a case. I'm not a big case user myself, but if it comes with it, I might as well use it. It is very light bumper. Some protection is better than no protection, I guess. Once you drop these $1,700 phone, they're done, they're done. So they got the little bumper. It's been a while since I have a very fun unboxing experience with all the stuff inside. USB-A, USB-C. Got a bunch of quick start guides and things like that. The only thing that I cannot find at the moment is the SIM card tray ejector. Pretty sure it's in here somewhere. Got this random red cable club. Looks fancy. You can scan the QR code and become a member. Claim your benefits, whatever those are. Quick start guide, safety guide, bunch of OnePlus sticker, and SIM tray ejector. There it is. Okay, a lot of fun stuff. So we'll put these aside. And now let's get to the main event. The OnePlus Open. Don't know why they don't just call it OnePlus Fold. OnePlus. I don't know. There's gotta be a better name than Open. This is one to stand out, I guess, but Open is still a terrible name. Okay, so we got this Open. Screen actually looks pretty discreet. The crease is still there depending on viewing angles, but you're looking at it head on. You fold it, but you can still see it. It has a very nice clean hinge. The middle is still raised up just a bit. And this is a very strong hinge. I like the way that this kind of snaps back. On the bottom of the phone, we got the USB-C port, SIM tray card. I like how the SIM tray is on the left-hand side. For some reason, Samsung, they like to include the speaker grill and the SIM card tray next to each other. I'm sure there has been thousands of people who jabbed the wrong hole. I mean, depending on how hard you jab it, it may or may not break. OnePlus, got the mic all the way over here. A couple of speaker grills at the bottom. The signature alert slider that even Apple got rid of. It was always nice to see them bring it back. For whatever reason, they got rid of it in the OnePlus 10T, and now it's back again. And I do like that it's a different texture as well. This is very helpful, especially if your phone is folded in your pocket. It's nice to be able to kind of rub upon this, and then you know that it is a alert slider compared to just, I mean, I guess the volume button is pretty long too, but if you're touching the power button, it is kind of a similar side. So it's in your pocket. I like having the different texture. It's easy to tell. And me holding the phone, it actually feels really light, and that is a great sign. I hated the Pixel Fold because it was really heavy. The Galaxy Z Fold 5, it did feel lighter when I first used it. That's because I came from the Pixel Fold. But after having it for a couple weeks, it started to get heavier and more burdensome over time. This phone, right off the bat, it does feel pretty light for now. But after I use it for a couple days, I'll let you guys know if I change my mind. Maybe just the new phone feeling, all the adrenaline are running. Got unlimited power to pick up this phone. I do like the feel of it. Very premium. So on this side we got the volume rocker, we got the power button. On top, we got more mics and speaker grills. So I expect this thing to be very loud. And as you can see, all these folding phones, they got a little film on it as a screen protector. I would not peel it off because it will ruin the phone. So we will let that be. I don't like this giant camera hump in the back. OnePlus haven't really been known for the cameras. I know they try to have the Hasselblad branding to improve their camera software optimization and things like that. Over the last few years, it's been fine. I'll test out the video and the photos as well, see if it's any good. But so far, very satisfying to open and close. And even on the front screen, I love the screen size. This is basically a standard smartphone screen size. Not sure why Samsung don't just go this route instead of doing the skinny phone route and forcing you to open up the phone. I think with this phone, I can just use the front normally, and then if I want to open it, then I'll open it. With Samsung, with the skinny phone in the front, it is awkward to use for a lot of apps. It's long and skinny. YouTube looks weird, and basically every app looks weird. So I hate having to open up that phone every time. With the OnePlus Open, I think I can just live with the outside screen the majority of the time, like I did with the Pixel Fold, and open it up if I need to use it. And just opening and closing this thing is very satisfying. I like that it just kind of automatically snaps into place. It's very strong, feels sturdy. Let's slap these bumpers on. Got these matching emerald green, whatever they're calling it these days. Give it some extra protection. Before doing that, I gotta put in the SIM card, so let me pop it back out. I still prefer the physical SIM card over eSIM because a lot of carriers, they charge you if you change your phone more than once a year. So eSIM is good in theory, but if you change your phone a lot, some carriers charge you $3 or so every time you change your phone. So that is not something I am a fan of. If I can swap my SIM card for free today, I do not want to start paying $3 every time I change a phone. So try to fight eSIM as long as you can. But in the US, oh my goodness, SIM 1 and SIM 2, no micro USB. Slightly disappointed. That would have been nice to see. I don't think OnePlus had micro USB for a while, if ever. Okay, gonna pause this video. I'm currently recording this video on my Google Pixel 7a that I'm stuck with for a while now, but hopefully next month I should be able to swap it out. But I'm gonna pop out the SIM card, put in the OnePlus, test it out, and then I'll keep you guys updated. Alrighty, now let's take this phone for a quick spin on day one in the life of the OnePlus Open. I'm gonna try my best to not call it the OnePlus Fold, but right now I am recording this video using the OnePlus in a tent mode, I guess. Well, it's not really a tent. In a laptop mode, I have it propped on my table using this as a recorder. And one thing I do like that the OnePlus uses an actual hole punch camera with the inside camera. Unlike Samsung, they use an under display camera, and those things are terrible. They look nice on the surface because it blends in the background. You don't really notice it, but I'd rather have a small little hole punch that actually serve as a better camera. That way you can use it to do video chat, vlogging styles like these. And in theory, right now I'm looking at the video quality, it actually looks better on the screen, which is a nice sign. It looks like it's default to a wider angle as well. Either that or it is positioned so low that I can just see everything. So I'm definitely capturing more of the background in most of my video that I just prop on a tripod and I start recording. I mostly just get my face unless I hit the wide angle, and then I would capture more of the background. But this is me launching the camera. I turned it on 4K mode, and then I just start recording. I didn't mess around with the zoom or anything like that. And one thing that I noticed that is a big difference with the OnePlus compared to the Galaxy Fold is that it is significantly lighter. It comes in at 239 gram. The Fold comes in at 253 gram. On the surface, it doesn't seem like it's that much, but at least on a day-to-day basis when I use this phone, I don't remember thinking that it is really heavy. When I had the Pixel Fold, that phone is 283 grams, and it feels like I'm carrying a brick all day long, and it is not a really fun experience. When I had the Z Fold 5, initially when I first unboxed it, it felt really light, but when I use it on a day-to-day basis, it does become more cumbersome. The OnePlus Fold, on the other hand, actually feels pretty comfortable for a large phone. And for reference, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is 221 gram. So I just looked it up real quickly. The iPhone 14 Pro Max actually comes in at 240 grams. So the OnePlus Fold, being a folding phone, actually managed to become lighter. That is kind of shocking for me. If the iPhone 15 Pro Max did not exist with all their titanium mumbo jumbo, it's actually a tad lighter. And I think that is a significant improvement. Very impressive engineering. So Samsung, Google, you guys gotta step up your game and make your phones lighter, because no one likes to carry a giant brick in their pocket. So kudos to OnePlus for making a phone that is so easy to use and handle. And when I use the OnePlus Open, when I use it as a OnePlus Close, just using the outer display, it feels exactly like a normal phone. I don't find myself wishing that I had more space, or wishing it was lighter, or wishing it was easier to open. I can do everything just fine on the outer display. It performed exactly like a regular phone. When I had the Galaxy Z Fold 5, it is so thin on the outside and narrow that some apps work okay, some apps just look very weird and awkward. Then you are forced to open it every single time, which I get. If you buy a folding phone, you ideally want to use the inside display more, or else what else the point of getting a folding phone? But just because I have a folding phone doesn't mean I want to unfold it every single time I want to use it. That will require two hands. I'm holding a baby half the time, so I don't always have access to hands. So it's nice to be able to have a phone that I can enjoy the tablet experience when I want, and when I can't, I can just use it normally when it's folded up. So OnePlus does a really good job handling that. I like the outside display just because of the fact that it feels exactly like a normal smartphone these days. And the Pixel Fold, it is almost the same experience, but it is more of a more square passport shape. On a day-to-day, it's not that much of a difference, although it does feel wider and harder to reach on the edges for me. If you have larger hands, it might be okay. Oh, but with the Pixel Fold, even though you can use it like a normal phone when it's closed up, it just feels so heavy that you're constantly reminded that you are using a folding phone that is so heavy, and you don't want to open it up, so you still have to, so you can use the outside display, but you wish it was a lot lighter. That thought is constantly in the back of my mind every time I use the Pixel Fold. Weight makes a huge difference. These folding phones are cool, but I think if Samsung and Google can find a way to make their phones lighter, I think it will be a really big user experience improvement. So it took me about 30 minutes or so just to install all my apps and transfer everything over from my Pixel 7a. Strangely enough, during the transfer process, my OnePlus phone ended up charging the Pixel phone. So even though I had 30 to 40% battery in the OnePlus, by the time I transfer all the data over to my OnePlus, at the same time it was charging my Pixel. So my Pixel phone was getting charged, and then my OnePlus was at 1% by the time I transfer all of my data over. And once I did all that, once I transferred everything over, I was able to charge up the phone and test out the fast charging. It has 67 watt fast charging, so I charge it from 1% all the way to 100%. I started at 1 p.m. It finished roughly 2 p.m. Maybe a little bit sooner. I wasn't sitting there staring at it just to monitor it the whole time. So pretty fast, I guess. Not blazing fast. I know Samsung, Apple, all those other high-end flagship phones out there, they take an hour and a half to 2 hours to fully charge. This one took an hour. I still miss the OnePlus 10T where I could fully charge the phone in like 20 minutes, which was insane. But 1 hour is not the end of the world for a big folding phone, I guess. Alright guys, these are just some of my initial thought on day one. I know there's so much to cover. I don't want to make this a 1 hour video. So I'll end this now. But on day one, just to give you a quick preview, I started my day at 2 p.m. I used it the whole day. Then I went to bed, did not charge it. And then the next morning, my phone died roughly at 11:20 a.m. So in theory, in total, it is 21 hours of battery life, and that's because roughly 8 hours of that I was sleeping. But it just shows that it does have really good standby time. If you use it, if you charge your phone to 100%, I guess in my case, midday, you go to bed, it will last you until 11:30 the next day. Not quite 24 hours, but we're pretty close to it. 5.5 hours of screen on time, which is pretty solid. I did a lot of YouTubing, 2 hours or so, Pokemon trading card game, half an hour. Other than that, I'm not blasting my phone 8 to 10 hours, anything like that. But just a quick sneak preview on day one of battery life. And let me know if there's anything else you want me to cover, any comparison you want me to make, any thoughts, questions, please let me know in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe. And see you guys in the next video. Be sure to check out my day 2 in a life whenever I release that. And in my last video, I did another final review of the Galaxy Z Flip 5 from my wife's perspective. So be sure to check that out just to get some different perspective. I review these phones every day, but it's nice to be able to see how my wife thinks of the phone, her setup experience, and how it feels for her. It was a fun video for me to make, to say the least. But while you guys check this out, I'll keep working on pumping out more daily series with the OnePlus Open, and we'll go from there.